Big Dick's Wild Ass Circus on the floor of the AVN convention, leading up to the Adult Video News Awards. We're being joined now by Adam and Eve contract girl Carmen Luvana. How you doing?
I'm doing really good.
Thanks for being on with us. Now, you've been working for Adam and Eve for like 3 years now, going on 3?
Actually, 5 years.
5 years now, yeah. Because I saw you. Are you still thinking about this being your last year in the business?
I really am considering. I mean, I'm going on 7 years, and I did came with one plan in my head in this industry, and was to just save my money, and I don't want to be in this forever. So I mean, it's great. I love it, but I don't want to be here till I'm 40 or 50. So
yeah.
There's a time to go, and I don't want to leave when I'm starting to look bad. So I think right now is a great time to go.
See, that's when you and I differ, because I still want to be here when I'm 50. Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Guys, it doesn't matter. When girls are looking bad, that's when the people criticize them. For you, it's great.
Now, you've got an interesting lineage that has brought you here, because you're born in Brooklyn, then you moved to Puerto Rico when you're 5, and then when you're 18, you moved to Miami, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And living all my life in Puerto Rico was kind of weird and different getting in this industry, because my English was kind of forgotten, so it made it a little bit difficult, but thankfully it worked out very well. But you're correct in all that information.
Well, and I think it's interesting that you have said that your family, kind of identified you early on as maybe a little bit of a wild personality. So do you think that made it a little bit easier on them when you ended up making this move that, hey, it's not like you ended up drug addicted and pregnant and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I would say that was the least of a shocker, because I was one of the crazy girls. I was like a really bad girl in school, cutting class, hanging out, having sex. So when my family found out, that was like, okay, it's not a big shocker. So I think that helped that I was crazy.
Carmen Luvana with us on the Wild Ass Circus. Now, you've had an interesting swing of the spectrum in your career. Your first film, you started out doing a gonzo thing with Ed Powers, and since you've been in Pirates, which is the biggest budget adult film of all time. So let me start with your very first film, Dirty Debutantes, because Ed is a friend of ours here on the show. Did he keep his dark socks on? Isn't that weird when he does that?
The weirdest thing, I think, for
It is, isn't it? You know what? I pointed that out to him one time, and he gave me a pair of his game-worn dark socks.
The funniest thing about Ed is that, when he climaxes, how he does it at the end he's a very interesting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember the dark socks?
No, I do remember.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to say anything else about the scene. No, but he's awesome. He's actually, I'm lucky to have worked with him, because he really makes you feel comfortable. For being the first time you work in front of a camera, he's actually the best person a girl can go to. I hear some horror stories about some girls, and he is a super nice guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's a great guy to always have on the show, and he seems that way, real genuine. And fast forward a handful of years, you're opposite Jesse Jane in Pirates, which is, I said, biggest budget adult film of all time. Now, you've said that on that set, especially with the scene with you and Jesse, no direction whatsoever from the director, and that's very unusual in adult film. I mean, that's something where he sees a couple of method actors going at it, and he doesn't want to get in the way, right?
Well, Jesse's crazy. I'm crazy, and he was like, let's see how these two work out. If the scene doesn't work out, then we're going to start giving you direction. And, me and Jesse were friends as it is, so then we got into the scene, and we're like, all right, let's do it, and we just went crazy, and it worked out perfect.
Now, Carmen, you're a big boxing fan. Who has been a better boxer in your lifetime than Marco Antonio Barrera? I challenge you to name one.
That is so hard, because the boxing, I don't know, has gone a little bit downhill for me, and now I'm into UFC.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, like for a moment, Antonio Tarver, he was fighting, then he disappointed me when they knocked him out in the first round. I gotta say, Tito Trinidad, just because he's from Puerto Rico, Boricua, so I gotta represent my people.
Tito Trinidad, you like him over Roy Jones Jr. coming up in a couple of weeks?
I rather him more than anybody else, because he's from my country.
I think he'll win too. Roy Jones Jr. I think has been exposed during the latter years of his career. All right, one more for you. Now, speaking of your Hispanic heritage, Were you at all disappointed to see that Bill Richardson dropped out of the presidential race? Could have been our first Hispanic president.
Do you really think I keep up with this pension?
I don't know.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. He's the governor of New Mexico. He was a former governor. He was running for president, and now he's out.
Okay, the only one I know is Rosselló, which is the president from Puerto Rico. I've never heard of the one you're talking about. Puerto Rico, Rosselló. My Puerto Rican people, they're gonna know, but
I'll bet
that one I don't know.
I'll bet the difference is that both of them have heard of you.
Probably, because those I say didn't watch porn are the ones that watch.
Hey, Carmen Luvana, thanks very much for the time, and I'll see you at the next UFC match, perhaps.
Definitely, I'm dying to go to one actually.
All right, thanks. Check out Adam and Eve and Carmen Luvana. Thank you very much.